Welcome to Gaia's Love, a podcast to guide you home into your human journey here on Earth. My name is Vivienne Gerard, and it is my delight to co-create with Gaia and share our messages from Source in this now moment. Here we go. Episode 432. It is Thursday here in Cincinnati. It is hot and sunny and beautiful outside. We are enjoying summer weather, and I am inside in the air conditioning, staying cool. Coming to you so inspired by a video that I watched this morning, which has given me the title for today, and also we're going to sort of take it in a little bit different direction. So I have been following this woman named Melanie Ann Layer, who runs an organization called Alpha Femme, a company. And she plays with energy and money and manifestation in the coaching industry in just this really impeccably beautiful, integrous way. And it's been so much fun to watch her. So she posted what's called an invisible offer last week, and over the last few days has been raising the price as she gives more information about this offer. And I have spent years in this industry. I have worked at all different levels or ways of playing with exchange and producing offers. I have a degree in management with all the study in communication and marketing. I mean, I have been around, and I've never seen anything like this, and it is so much fun. I am having so much fun watching what she is doing, and I'm so inspired to play in different ways based on what I see her doing. So the title for today is Don't Give Up. And the reason that I am using that title is because she shared in her video last night that just came out today on Instagram. I'll put her links below so you can follow her. But she shared in her video that over the last 5 years, she has made $50 million in her business, and how she has done that and what her belief system is that has created that. And she talks a lot about collapsing timelines, being able to tap into the frequency of what's possible and then shorten the gap between where the individual is now in their life, in their business, and where they want to be. So inspiring, so inspiring. And just listening to her describe what drives her, what motivates her. Yes, it's money in the sense of she wants to know she can manifest money, but it's the thrill of it. It's the excitement of watching other people that she's working with open and expand and build their dream lives and manifest their desires, and just the magic of that ping pong energy. When we've talked about this so many times in the space, where like something matches something in you and it opens something, and then it ripples into somebody else and it opens them up, and then all of a sudden like all of this energy is moving. She describes it so beautifully, and she got really emotional in her video. It was so sweet. It was so good. So I guess I'm starting this podcast by saying I really think you should watch the video because it would really inspire you, as I'm sure as it did me. Anyway, what she shared at the end has just been sitting with me, and she said, you can doubt yourself in your business, and I have doubted myself, she says, but what I hope is you don't give up, and that you just keep moving it forward, and it will happen. It will happen. She condenses the timelines, but I think her message was, it will happen no matter what. Like, if this is really who you are and why you're here, and you stay committed to that belief and that passion, it will happen. And I believe that. And I also was sitting with the idea of don't give up. And so here's the ping or the overlap or the match in me watching her video and then coming into my podcast and sharing it with you. I have found in my own journey that there have been many times for myself I've felt like, what's the point? Why keep doing a business, or why stay in this relationship, or why keep trying to fix this situation, or several times in my own journey, like, why am I even still here? What is the point of this whole human thing? Because it feels very hard. It feels very confusing, and I'm exhausted, and I don't know that I want to keep doing this. And yet I don't believe in suicide. I don't believe in forcing that kind of a choice yet. And so I continue to stay and figure things out. And I believe for those who resonate with my work, those who are magnetized towards the vibration that I hold, when we are highly intuitive and can feel the truth of the universe, the knowing that we are infinite, that we are way more than just this one human lifetime, that there's this immense, beautiful, grandiose opportunity platter of experiences that we can be doing outside of this one little planet called Gaia, this one human lifetime right now called Vivienne. When we're fully aware that there's like so much more, then being here doesn't feel as absolute, or as like we have to do this thing because it's the only thing there is. And I think that is like a core belief of mine, that I am this one tiny moment right now in this immense, beautiful landscape that is called One, Source, the cosmos, all. And everything that I'm experiencing right now is just moving me eventually towards a reunion with all of that energy, even though I'm not separate right now, but it's like it's all moving me towards this reunification. And so it makes this one moment, this one lifetime, feel like not such a big deal in the whole scheme of everything. And so I've talked about this in a podcast a while ago, a couple of years ago, I think, called Honoring Another's Choice, Honoring Others' Choices. And it was about, the choice to exit, the choice to leave Earth, the choice to be complete with the human journey and go on to whatever the next experience is. And I still believe that, and will always hold that as my understanding of another person's choice. I am not living anyone else's life. I'm living my own. And so I have no idea how complex or exhausting the feelings are that another person has. And so everyone's choice is always theirs, whether they stay here or exit and go somewhere else, or stop doing the work they're doing, stop the relationship they're in, whatever. Everyone is living their own journey, and it's theirs to choose constantly how they move through that journey. And what I was feeling when I was watching the video this morning with Melanie is, yes, everyone's choice is theirs. And like if I could speak to the part, and maybe this is you and this is why you're watching the video, if you're exhausted, if you're so tired, because it's a lot to be a human. It's a freaking lot to be a human. If I could speak to the part of you that knows there is this amazing adventure that is just ahead on the horizon, that you just won't even believe is possible. Like this future version of yourself, this future version of Gaia and humanity that is so brilliant and so magnificent. And it's just like that little bit out of reach, that you can't quite see it yet. And it's hard to believe that it's actually possible and going to happen. And yet I know it. I know that is always the potential for each one of us. And if I could inspire you or inspire hope in you to believe in that, maybe that hope carries you through the moment of doubt. One of those moments in Journey of Souls, Dr. Michael Newton talks about that. I believe he says, there are exit points, or there are many potential moments in our timeline in this lifetime where we can exit. And we choose to stay, right? Or we choose to exit. I believe our soul kind of puts those in as like little emergency doors. If it's too hard, there's gonna be this time here where you could be this age doing this thing, and you can just, have the car accident and just go, or get the illness and leave, or you'll have these moments in a 0 to 100, let's say, age timeline where your soul can say, yeah, we're done, and we're gonna go on to whatever the next experience is, because we are infinite. We are infinite, and we've chosen this embodiment right now, but there are other experiences, many, many other experiences. And so I yes, look at me stumbling over my words. I honor everyone's choice, and if I could emanate hope through this video to you, to say, it's going to be so good. It's going to get better and better and better. And you don't even know yet what's possible. You don't even know yet what Gaia is evolving into and how humanity is going to align with that. Perhaps if you haven't heard Purple Tranquility yet, it's a few podcasts back. Go watch Purple Tranquility, and you'll feel what is happening with Gaia, with the consciousness of our planet, and how we have the magical potential of aligning with her, of matching what she's becoming, or is already, but what she's becoming, and our lives will never be the same again when we start to align with her vibration. It's just so good. It's so good. And that's what I was feeling when I was watching Melanie's video this morning. It was this knowing of she's tapped into that. She's already in that vibration, and she is just pinging people awake and having them manifest the money, because the money allows them to have the choices that perhaps they didn't have before. And that the freedom that brings. My friend Teresa has been saying this to me for years. She's like, money is just freedom. That's all it is. It's freedom. The more money you have, the more freedom you have. And if you can play with money in that way, it's not dirty or controlling or manipulative. It's freedom. It's a way to expand your choices to another level and another level. And that's what I could feel in that video. And so I share my interpretation of it, what it pings awake in me, which is the choice, the range of amazing things that you can see and do and become and create here in the energy field of Gaia. And it may feel like you've been told no too many times, or the one that I feel and that I get, I'll just name it as clearly as I can. The moments when I have been at my closest to exit, in the sense of, why am I here on earth? I would much rather be reunited with Source. I would much rather not be here and be somewhere where I'm in that field of oneness and acceptance and love. The feeling in me was like a scale, right? Over here is Source, where I came from. The sense of belonging and unification and bliss. Bliss is the word. There's bliss over here, Source. And then there's like this human thing where I'm washing dishes and paying bills and not sleeping well and getting up, and I'm tired and my body hurts. And I mean, we have a list of all the things that make Earth and human existence so hard. There's this, and then there's this. Pretty easy choice. Like, why don't I just go back to bliss? And so in my lowest moments, that has been my, and I don't mean lowest like I'm sitting there ready to kill myself. I don't mean that. I mean that sense of like, I don't want to be here. I want to be somewhere else. And I don't know how to get to that somewhere else. But like, I trust you know what I'm describing. And it's not something that I think is very openly talked about, because there's such a stigma of the word suicide, or the energy of suicide, which I've been touched by many times, and I understand the ripples and the pain that come from another one's choice to exit and then not be in the commitments and relationships that they had established here. I understand that, and I'm not describing that energy. What I'm describing is more the sense of like not being present here for the beauty, the relationships, the experiences, because the soul is sitting over here, not in the body, wanting to just go more and further out. And those around us can feel when we would rather not be here. And maybe you don't even have a lot of relationships where you would say there's not even anybody who would notice that I am not here. I believe it isn't so much about the people around you, as much as I love those around me and don't want to hurt them. It's not so much about what they're experiencing. It's, each one of us comes here to Gaia, to Earth, for some purpose. And maybe the purpose is just to experience being a human, or just to play with the concepts of love and emotions and fear and doubt and creation. We individually as a soul choose to come into this energy field and participate in some way with Gaia and with humanity. And when part of us or most of us wants to go back to source and not be here, we're missing the experiences we came here to have. We're not fulfilling our own choice as a soul of what's possible. We're not tapping into the potential that is here in this moment, in this vibration, in this energy field. We individually are missing it because we're longing to be somewhere else. And so it's not really about the people around us, it's about our own experience of it. If you're sitting here listening to this video and you're like, I felt that before. I know exactly what you are talking about. I know what it feels like to be one, and I know what it feels like right now. It doesn't feel like one. And so I'm going to just sort of hang out over there in that one energy as much as possible and not be here. Why? My message to you, my call from my heart to your heart is, oh my God, be here. Be here. It's so beautiful. And it's only going to get more beautiful. It's only going to become more magnificent and more amazing. And so, yeah, it may look like the shit's coming up and the people are crazy and the world is falling apart and blah. Yes, if you tune into that, you're going to keep getting more of that, and it's going to keep expanding, and things will clear. Things will clear, because that is what we are moving towards. That is what is happening on planet Gaia. We are moving towards clearing all of that. You can focus on the mess. You can focus on all the stuff that is not the way you want it to be, or you can focus on the potential. You can focus on what's possible. You can tap into the frequency like Melanie shares in her video. Just watch her video. Watch this video. You can tap into the frequency and you can feel like it's a realm of possibilities here. There's hope for anything that you truly desire and want to create and put your time and your attention and your energy into expanding. The star card is what I have as my screensaver right now, and it shows this big bubble of gold energy up in the sky, and then this little thread, and this woman who's grounded and sitting here on the planet. She's just pulling it down. Like, what do you want to manifest from the stars here on Earth? Do it. Choose it. Focus on it. Expand it. Create it. If it doesn't exist yet, maybe you're here to bring that into form. If it's an idea, a dream that you have, and everyone else is like, I've never dreamed of that. I've never even thought about that. There's a reason you have that dream. There's a reason you have that desire. Like, do something with it. Do something towards it. Take one step, one tiny little step today. What is it they said on the moon? One tiny step for man and one giant leap for mankind. How about one tiny step for yourself and one giant leap for everyone you know around you who will ripple from that energy of you claiming what it is you're here to do? Like ripples, like it's like the cosmic waves just start going because you're here and you're like, yes, I'm doing this thing. Whoosh. All the energy feels it. All the universe feels it. All of your angels and your guides at your back are like shooting off fireworks because they can feel that you're taking that tiny step forward. It's Have you ever been on like a waterbed, or like we have a cover for our pool that you can actually step on? And one of my friends, when they were in town this weekend, her son's like, "Can I walk on it?" I'm like, "Of course you can walk on it." When you take a step, the whole pool cover goes, and you take another step, and there's all these ripples. That's what happens energetically. If you're listening to me and what you are feeling is like, I know what you're describing, and it's terrifying to think about taking a step, right? My friend's not little son, but her son, when he was staying on the side of the concrete and he's looking at this thing, he's like, can it hold me? Is it actually going to work? If I put my foot on there, am I going to fall flat on my face? But he did. And as soon as he got his balance, right, he put the next foot down, and then he's like, yes. And then I had to say to him, don't jump too hard. You're going to like ripple huge waves. And also jump hard, ripple some big waves, do a little somersault or a flip. Take the initiative to just move in the direction of what you know you're here to be moving towards. It doesn't even have to have a word or a name or a title yet. It's just that feeling, that sense of like, oh, I got to read that book, or I need to just go sit by the tree, or she's talking about water. I just need to go take a bath or a shower right now, or I need to go lay in the sunshine on a raft in a pool and just feel the warmth for a moment and be in my body. I just need to be in my body. I need to just feel the safety of like this vessel that I chose, this incredibly powerful, complex, beautiful vessel that I chose. And if you find that your mind, anytime you're still, is like, does that helicopter, like, or the washing machine when it's got a towel in it that's clumping up, is like boom, boom. When apparently this is like the sound podcast episode. But when you get all those like repetitious cycles, the loops that just spin you, put on a meditation. The best one I know of right now is by Andrea Henkel's. You can look it up on YouTube, and it's called Health and Vitality Meditation or Activation. I'll put the link in the description. It's so good. 15 minutes, and she guides you through this process of all the systems and organs in your body and how incredible it is that they work, that they function without you having to do anything. If you want to remember the miracle of being the soul in the human body, that meditation is it. It's like, wow, this is all happening without me having to control it or think about it or do anything. How amazing is that? There must be a reason that my soul took the time to choose this body with all of its complexity, to take the time to come into a baby body, because that's the only way we become grown-ups. We have to evolve from baby to adult. There's no other way around it as a human right now. You have to go through that evolution. So there must be a reason my soul would sit in the body of a baby for months before it can even sit up, year before it can even walk, years before it can even articulate thought into word. There must be something that's happening with the soul and the body and the mind that requires that time and that focus and that diligence and that support and that practice and that loving container. If you didn't get the loving container, if you didn't get the support, as an adult, do the healing to go back and to rewire that little infant, that little baby, that toddler, that young child who wasn't given the optimal start. You're the grown adult now. You can rewire the system that is the mind, body, soul that makes up the adult that you are right now. And maybe that's what has you wanting to exit, is the wounds, the trauma, the pain from years ago that doesn't have to stay, that doesn't have to still exist in the story that is you in this lifetime. You can rewrite that. You can change that, and then you open up a whole new possibility. The infinite realms here on Gaia shift again. Don't give up. I honor anyone's choice if they do, and it's not, even the title, I was like, is it actually a giving up? It's not a giving up. It's just a choosing to move into a different form or a different experience, and I don't have judgment about that. It's just, right? And you're somewhere else as a soul. And also, there's so much here. There's so much here, and it just continues to get better and continues to expand. And if you can get through whatever the hump is right now, if you can trust and move through the resistance, the block, the trauma, the pain, that's what I was going to say. The moments where I most wanted to not be here were the moments where my heart was like, oh, it hurts. It hurts. The pain. It wasn't the physical body for me. It wasn't even so much the mental. And I know people exit for body and they exit because of mind. I understand that. But for me, it was the emotions. It was like my heart just felt like, oh, can I handle more pain? I love like this. And then I get these daggers or slices or contractions or squeezes that are so painful. Like, do I want to keep doing that? Is it necessary? That's probably how my mind interpreted. Is it necessary to keep doing this shit? Like, why? And I sit here saying, there's so much love in this world. There's so much love in this world. And when we choose to lower the armor, drop the guard, expand the space again a little bit, even if it's like a sigh of fine, fine, I'll open my heart again, even though someone might come and put a dagger in it again. Like, here I am. Even when we're a little nervous or a little exhausted, and we still open our heart chakra and we're like, okay, all right, I'll try again. You know what happens? People show up because your heart's open. People show up and they love you, and you get to love them. And the heart is the most incredible organ and incredible chakra. The heart is like, oh, we're just mending and healing. We'll take a little time to do it, and then we're going to expand again. And when we expand, you know what happens? People feel that. And then they're magnetized towards you. And then all of a sudden you feel more joy and more fun and more play and more hope and more love because you opened to it. And so there's this like, what? What? I'm in love again? I have friends again? I have like this playtime with people again? What? I thought it was all over. I thought I was done. When we choose to open the heart, it's like, whoa, all the goodness comes back, and usually multiplied, usually more so than before, because the heart has strengthened. The trust and the belief in the human experience has deepened. The knowing that we're okay no matter what, not even okay, we're great no matter what, that strengthens. And so we are at a different vibrational point in who we're going to call towards us. And so the ones we call towards us are even more loving, even more fun, even more joyful. And all of a sudden, me or you or whoever that's thinking like, oh, I think I should go back and be with Source because it hurts and it's painful and I don't want to do it anymore. All of a sudden we're like, oh, you want to go play? Oh, we're going on vacation? Oh, we're going to create this thing together? Like, really? You like me? You love me? Yeah. It's, oh, it's so good. So don't give up. Don't give up. Like, lower the guard. Allow more. And it's a choice. It's your choice right here to shift, to do something different. Bringing it all the way back to Melanie Ann Layer of Alpha Femme. She's playing with the same concepts in this beautiful way that's connected to money. And she has evidence. She has evidence because money is measurable. Money is like you can see it, or you can see the numbers on an account. You can check ledgers. You can look at sales. So she's able to measure. She's like, yeah, this energy thing that I do, it works. This way that I play with consciousness and frequency and expansion and manifestation, it works. And here's the evidence. I say to you, my evidence is I feel it. I feel the continual up level of joy and excitement and delight in this human journey. I feel it. I am living it. I am emanating it. I witness it. I support it over and over again with all the people who come and work with me. I am blown away again and again by the shifts that I see in the people who are ready to shift, and the communities that I've built, and the relationships and the partnerships and the creations, the co-creations that continue to evolve. People are loving bigger and harder and more beautifully than they did years before I met them. Like, it works. It's happening, and it's amazing. And it takes that trust of dropping the armor, which I know is scary, and I've been there. And so I sit here now saying, don't give up. Don't give up. This human journey is remarkable and unpredictable and evolving, and you chose it. So hang out a while, stay a while, see what's going to shift. Start shifting yourself. And then let's co-create like this incredible new reality together. So good. Full moon in Sagittarius. Yeah, that's what I got. Watch Melanie's video and you'll be super inspired. I actually signed up to be an affiliate for her work, which I don't know if I've ever signed up for anyone as an affiliate. Not that I can remember. And she's going to keep raising the price on her invisible offer. I bought in at 111. It's now at 555. I'm like, that was a good investment. That was so much fun. And I can't wait to watch it continue to rise. And we'll see. I don't even know what I bought. The only thing she shared yesterday is it's got a tagline of the path of least resistance. I would have bought that at 111, but now it's 555 and I don't have to. And we'll see what it's going to become. This is the way we get to play when we trust that life is good and getting better. We get to play with silly ways of expressing and sharing, and it's so good. All right, that is my blast of love out to you today. I wish you a beautiful weekend. It's going to be sunny and gorgeous here. I'm going to be laying on a float in the pool, connecting with the sunshine and the water, and listening to the birds and the trees and playing with humans. It's going to be glorious. So I wish you all of that magic and more, and I will see you next week. Thank you for tuning into this vibration of pure love. I invite you to join me on Facebook or Instagram in a community I call the Gaia Tribe Reunion, where we show up together to share our soul's gifts What we came here to Gaia to contribute to humanity. You can learn more at viviennegerard.com. Let's take this message of Gaia's love out into all of our relationships and communities today. So much love from my heart to yours.